morning, Pulsicans. How are you doing? Pulsicans and Hexicans unite. This is a brand new week over in Pulse Chain Land. Are you guys feeling good today? You feeling bullish? I know the price charts have been sucking these last few days. It's been just quite the bloodbath since the Interpool FUD has transpired and come out. But this is still the beginning of the year, still the beginning of the week, still we have the Hex conference. Whether you feel bad or good about that, doesn't matter. These things are still taking place. These things are still happening. It's still the best community around, and I'm still feeling ultra bullish. In fact, guys, I was doing a lot of thinking, and that's what I wanted to talk about on the stream today, about this thought process with the SEC dismissal on jurisdiction. I feel like, and I could be totally wrong about this. Once again, I'm just a guy on the internet who just speculates on his own money. This is never financial advice. You do what you want with your money. You make your own decisions. You push buy and sell, and you have to come to your own conclusions on this stuff. But, we do our best over here in the DeFi Crypto Alliance show, where we are bridging the gap between our entrepreneurial friends who want that wealth creation velocity, aka cryptocurrency, and we're bridging that gap together with wealth preservation. Real estate, other real world assets like business and merger and acquisitions, oil and gas, and we are creating a legacy wealth with these two asset classes. But I was doing a lot of thinking over the weekend, and I really feel like I've seen people on Twitter talking about, with the SEC taking so long, this must be he's going to have, the SEC is going to have jurisdiction, and this is problematic. I see it the other way. I don't know, guys. If it was a clean home run, SEC has jurisdiction, we would have probably saw a response from anti-Judge Caro like a month ago. I'm sure there's a template written up where, basically she fills in some lines and says, okay, yeah, SEC, you're good to go. Continue forward with your court case. And I think we would have saw, something of that nature a lot quicker if it was, so clean cut, dry, SEC has jurisdiction, and move forward through trial, right? But no, we have not seen that. I feel like the delay in the time it's being, that's taken for her to make the decision, in all honesty, is because that she is being very, she's doing her due diligence, she's doing her homework, she's making sure that her decision is, pretty much ironclad, locked tight, where there's no other issues could come up from the decision, maybe like an appeal from an SEC type, scenario. And I feel like, being that it's not just an easy, SEC, you have jurisdiction, that's why it is taking so long. So it's quite the opposite of what I'm seeing over on Twitter, in my opinion. Because in my opinion, if it was just an easy, SEC has jurisdiction, I guarantee she's got that template drawn up along with every other SEC judge that's dealt with these kind of cases. It'd been easy for her. It'd been easy just to, go on your way and continue with the trial. Because remember, it's the SEC kind of has the one up, as far as these trials go. Like, if it was just clean cut, she would have just handed it to them. So it's the opposite, I think, why we're having to wait so long. I think it doesn't mean that she's going to come out and do a full jurisdiction dismissal. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Maybe it's partial. There's a possibility of that. A lot of people don't talk about that. Maybe, there's other stipulations in there. Who knows? I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to play one on TV. I just, giving you guys my thought process that I was thinking about over the weekend. And people are getting fudded out over it, between that and the Interpool FUD. I see it on Twitter, and it's like, no, guys, if it was clean cut and dry SEC, you have jurisdiction, that shit would have been out like, we might have got that like 2 weeks after the court date. It might have been out a month and a half ago. Like, and so like, this is just what I'm thinking through. And once again, I could be wrong. Who knows? I mean, we don't know what the outcome is going to be. We can't predict the future, but I do know, between that and then even if somehow they had jurisdiction or there is some play to move forward with, this whole mess. Well, on the 20th, you have new administration coming in anyways, who is going to go through all these files, and any files that basically has no fraud, no DOJ, no other complexities to them, they're probably just going to let go because it's part of Operation Choke Point 2.0. And the RH's case rose up underneath that. And so keep that in mind too, during all this FUD and these red candles, that this is not going anywhere. We're here to stay. This is the loudest community in freaking Hexaco, Pulse Chain, Pulsicans. I mean, we are it, guys. So I'm still ultra bullish. In fact, I even scraped up a little bit of money this morning to do a DCA. I have to pay a big tax bill next month. So my DCA this month is very small. I am paying a tax bill left over from the beginning of 2023 when I first moved to Puerto Rico. And I had half the year in Arizona, half the year in Puerto Rico under my LLC. And so I still have that tax bill that I'm paying. And I'm taking care of it this freaking month. So my DCA is going to be very small this month. But hey, so we got 69 of you guys watching. I mean, you guys smash the like on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Give me a retweet if you're watching on Twitter. I'm over here still in AZ on holiday, heading back to the island on Saturday. And we'll be back on normal, back in the workforce, right? Back in streaming every day, back in, to what we do every day, onboarding and having just a good time doing all that. So let's visit the secret chart because that is why you guys come here and watch. I know it is. It is not the prettiest today, so I'm pre-warning, but I do still like looking at it and seeing what is happening. So this is pulse measured in ETH terms. We can see we came, and this is multiple months, guys, of capitulation and finding a bottom. And then we shot up. We created this M. M's are always bearish, where on the opposite, W's are always bullish. And so we, obviously capitulated back down again because of the Interpool FUD, everything else going on with the SEC case being delayed as far as decision is made. People are getting FUDed out of their bags. And looks like we're coming down. This not a new lower low. Right here is the low of the initial capitulation. I think it's probably SEC back in the day. FUD. And we'll see where we land here, but I would anticipate landing somewhere in this area, pulling out, and then starting to work our way back up, depending on what news we receive here in the next week or two. And guys, look, it could come out bearish. If she comes out and does say that there is jurisdiction, it is definitely possible we stay down in these lows or make a new lower low. I have no idea. Once again, I'm just a guy on the internet who speculates on his money. You have to make your own financial decisions. But for me and my money and what I see when you take a step back, when you put your emotions and feelings aside, I don't see this case going anywhere, to be honest with you. I really don't. And I see, for me, I think it's very plausible we see some kind of dismissal on jurisdiction, whether it be partial, full, I don't know. But any of that would be very bullish for the price chart. And we'll see what happens. But this delay for me is bullish. So it's just me thinking these things through. Once again, I can be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things, but that's the way I'm taking it. So we'll see what happens here. Right here, we're kind of in the bottom area again. It'd be nice to see us pull out of this area and start creating some new structure on the chart. But this is on the weekly, guys. So, I mean, it could take a little while for us to do that. Obviously, good news would escalate that type of structure, and we'll see what happens. So once again, still long time bullish. All right, let's see. Let's check in with everybody. Oh, why is it saying I'm having trouble streaming to Twitter? So maybe you should Twitter in. It says I am having a problem streaming on Twitter. Looks like it knocked it out. So there's 40 of you guys watching. Um, That's odd. I'll have to play with the settings on StreamYard when we hop up. I can't stream very long today. We have a couple of doctor's appointments we got to take care of before we head back to the freaking island. But let's check in with you guys. Red Squirrel, oi, oi, what up, my man? How are we doing? I hope everything's good with you over there. I hope we are having caterpillar soup soon, man. I really do. And we need the good news to be able to reach those all-time highs. Hi there, champ. Peso dude. Peso dude, what's going on, man? It has formed a bottom on the chart, man. If you go look at the chart, it's just like almost like a flat line. It is down there. I lost a chunk of change in there, unfortunately. Got hurt. Not hurt really. I mean, I lost like, probably around 10K on it is what I lost on it. I didn't go too heavy. It was a lottery ticket for me. Once again, it's my fault I lost the money. I don't blame Steph for me losing the money. I don't blame, other influencers for me losing the money. I don't blame. It's my fault for losing the money. I also said with you guys, if you guys are going to participate and use my referral code, only do it if you're going to participate anyways. Totally if you, I completely apologize, if you guys did participate because of my referral code, but I made it very clear multiple times, please do not participate on my accord. Only use the referral code if you're going to do it anyways, if you want to rock and roll with me. Unfortunately, no bueno. Lottery ticket failed, and I lost like 10K in it. Freaking sucked, man. But hey, we will prosper on, because that's why, man, that's why I do the 90-10 rule. In fact, it's more like a 95-5 rule for me, where most of my portfolio is over in the RH assets. And so when I speculate on these lotteries, when I do take a hit, it's like it doesn't burn that bad, because on the last lottery I did good, so it washes out. I'm here for the tech. What up, Fast Abdul? I know you are, my friend. I know you are. Hex Conference starts tonight. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Guys, I know some of you guys have a lot of hard feelings against Matty Allen. I like Matty Allen. He does a lot of work for the community, and he's done a lot of free work, and he's done a lot of sponsored work. Look, it takes a lot of time, money, and energy to do what he does. And whether you like it or not, just support the conference, right? Support Hex. That's the idea. You don't got to support him. There'll be some amazing speakers on there, and maybe you don't like all the speakers. That's fine too. Tune into the ones that you do like. I'll be speaking at the Hex conference. I'm speaking at it on tomorrow night. I think at 7:40 Arizona time, which is same as Central Standard, which would be 9:40 EST. Yeah, 9:40 EST. I'll be speaking. I got a 20-minute segment. I'll be talking about little controversy about market cycle staking in Hex. I want to really push that message out to the community to stop falling into the trap of like, oh, let me stake on my wife's birthday. Let me stake on Christmas. No. You need to take market cycles in consideration to preserve those T-shares. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then I'm also going to talk about like when you are taking profits in this market cycle, the trust that we're using to do that to not pay taxes. So those will be the kind of things we'll be talking about in my 20-minute segment. And then I have a panel, I think on Friday. I think it's Friday evening. There's a panel, and I'm going to be on that too. I think it's the last panel of the Hex conference. So come and support. Come and hang out. Like I said, if you're indifferent about Matty, I get it. If you don't like the guy, I get it. If you like the guy, I get it. Like, just come and hang out and support Hex, right? He has done just a shit ton for the community. And whether or not he has his own token, who cares? It has nothing to do with Hex. He's not going to be shilling his token on the Hex conference. Come and support, guys. It's just how it goes. Yep, multi-rec, but I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, same here, dude. It sucked, bro. Like it's my own fault, right? But once again, it's the risk I take for playing these lotteries, right? Um, that's just how it goes. I've made some money on some of these lottery tickets, and I've lost some money on these lottery tickets, and it's unfortunate. The talking to Steph, he is a very smart individual. The guy has a lot of money, and he's made some pretty catastrophic mistakes, unfortunately, in his crypto career. When it comes to Staker app, and I guess that could have been all of our first, and I know some of you guys will agree with this, that, why participate with somebody who has, not done his part of the holding up a Staker app. Like, he doesn't hold it up, right? He just kind of let it go. And I wish he would release the code to the community. It could be something he could do to help, kind of fix the wrongs he's done, at least with Staker app, not with Alti. But if he releases the code to the community can take it over and build something and make it usable again. I don't use Staker app. I never have. I didn't like the idea of doing, staking my hex through a third-party protocol when RH gave us the front end to stake our hex. So I never understood it. I guess people liked it because they could do it on their phone. I don't do crypto on my phone anyways, besides looking at maybe the value of my portfolio. That's about all I do on it. So it wasn't something I never used. So yeah, maybe if I'd been affected by it, I'd have thought differently about stuff. But either way, I've had multiple conversations with the guy. The guy is a smart dude. He built Alti, and unfortunately the tokenomics were flawed. And so, yep, that's why we keep these as lottery tickets, man. But I don't blame anybody. I don't blame him. And a lot of you guys are pointing the finger and F you. It's your own fault if you push the button to say deposit ETH into the contract. That's my fault. I did it. I take full responsibility for the money I lost. Alti scream, Jake Sharp Ponzi style. As soon as I heard about it, yeah, I mean, it had those kind of tokenomics, but that's also why, for me, Philip, why I was a little bit bullish on it too, because Titan X has some amazing pumps. It's done quite well. I've made some amazing money on it. It's one of the lottery tickets I've played in. I don't like Jay Sharp, aka Nick Kernans, or whatever his name is. I think it's Nick Kernans or something like that. I don't care for the guy at all. I've seen a lot of disingenuous stuff that he's done to the community and his followers, and I don't appreciate it. But I also don't need to like somebody to make money on their project. And I've made a lot of money on his project, and I've brought it over back to Pulse Chain. And so that's why I was thinking maybe that's why I was hoping or thinking the Alti could do well, because it had some of the same tokenomics. But nope, wrong. NJ Dub, heard the SEC and Interpol turn their eyes to Steph now. Right. Can you leave this guy alone and go after this guy now? Wouldn't that be that would be nice if that was how it worked. We could just take RH's picture out of the website where it has all the accusations and plug in Steph's there. Yeah, be nice if that's the way it worked, man. Serpent Coin, we all need to unite. It's time to get our community back on track. I hope everyone shows up to support Pulse Chain and Matty for Online Conference that starts later today. Unite for DeFi freedom, man. Thank you, Serpent Coin. I appreciate that, man. That's I love the positivity there, and I love the getting behind, and let's rally because of Hex, right? Let's rally because of Pulse Chain. Once again, you don't gotta like somebody to participate. You don't. I mean, that's why so many people missed the 10,000x on Hex initially in the early days, because they didn't like Richard, right? You didn't have to like Richard to go and get your 10,000x on Hex. You didn't have to. You just got and participated and got it because you saw the writing on the wall as far as the community is concerned. Saw the writing on the wall as far as the tokenomics are concerned. Saw the writing on the wall with a guy who's got billions of dollars might pump his token. Who knows, right? You didn't have to like the guy. Same with this. You don't have to like Matty Allen to go and participate and support Hex. Is it a lot of stuff that we've heard before? Probably, but get in there, support and root, and it's more about just getting behind the brand, the token, the community, and cheering. That's what it really is. And there will be some good speakers, man, some good talks. So hopefully I can give a good one. I'm optimistic. It's gonna be fun though, either way. So thanks for the positivity. I love that, Surfing Coin. We all need to do that. Us pointing the finger at each other and saying "F you," you're a scammer. It's just not the way to grow as a community. So Retrostatic, happy New Year to you, Corey. Thank you, Retrostatic. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, my good friend. Hope you're having an amazing 2025 that will have a lot of growth, not only in wealth, but also in mental health, in spirituality, and in physical health. Those are the 4 pillars I live by every single day that I always want to get 1% better at. And that's what 2025 is going to be about, is abundance in all 4 of those categories. Philip, of course, the Interpol FUD couldn't come 1.5 years ago. It had to come right at the SEC is about to resolve. Yeah, because there's probably some kind of like talking back and forth between the two. You know, I think, and here's, once again, it's just my thought process on this. It's not what it is. That's, once again, it's not financial advice, but I feel like it's very plausible, since the Interpol is saying, or sorry about that, guys, I'm streaming here in the living room. But I feel like being that Finland is saying the taxes that they are owed to them is based off the SAC funds. Like, how do they even know? How do they even know about that? How do they even catch wind that RH made all this money through, the blockchain that's not registered anywhere? Like, how do they find out or come to light about this if it went for the SEC calling them up and telling them about it? I don't know. That's my theory on it. I think it's definitely SEC kind of throwing the last Hail Mary because they're about to lose the case, or it's about to get dismissed, or I don't know, right? But they know more about what's about to happen than we do. And so they're like, oh, my God, like, we got to do something. We're not going out like this. And they call up Interpol, right? And that's the way I see. I could be totally wrong, guys. Once again, Niels with T-shares, what is going on? How are we doing? I was wondering too if it's better if it comes out sooner, or better if she takes her time. Man, if it came out quick, that would have meant it was an easy decision, easy write-up. She's got to write up a big old long response to this whole thing, right? From my understanding, it's like 30 pages. And if it was an easy, the only way it'd have been easy is if they should have just given it to the SEC. Oh yeah, you guys have jurisdiction. Go on your way. It probably been, like I said, there's probably been a template that's already been written up. She's just got to plug in the names and let it go, right? Because that's the easiest outcome. That'd have been the very easiest outcome. Him getting a dismissal is the most complicated outcome that can come from this. So you got to think that through. Does that mean it's gonna be a dismissal? I don't know, man. I don't know, but the length and time of this has made me more bullish. And I know you guys can be like, "Oh, Corey, you're just unrealistic. You're always perma bull," right? But I just, that's just the way I feel about this. Yeah, if it was an easy outcome, it'd have been an SEC. Yeah, hey, you guys go on ahead, go on your mail, because the SEC walks into these type of situations with the ball kind of in their court, where it's easy for them to get what they want. When it's the other way, it's complicated. So, I'm in the chart. What do you think is worse, the SEC case or Interpol situation? SEC for sure. The more I look into the Interpol stuff, it seems it may actually be a bigger problem than most influencers are just. Yeah, but the Interpol stuff, I think it came to light because of the SEC. I really do. And I feel like once the SEC case is taken care of, or there's at least some clarity or some resolvement, then his attorneys can go to work over there, because maybe his attorneys aren't so much, going headstrong on it. Yeah, and they could be. Maybe they are. I don't know. But maybe because the attorneys are focusing so much over here with the SEC stuff, right? So, let's knock these battles out one at a time. Right now, it's the SEC stuff. If there's light around the SEC stuff, then I think the Interpol FUD, it just becomes everyone's going to forget about it. If you get a dismissal, think about that. If you get a full dismissal on the SEC stuff, man, the Interpol stuff is just going to be it's going to fade in the background. It'll still be there, but then his attorneys can go and work on that piece. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I really don't, because I believe it's SEC created. Once again, I could be totally wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. So, yes, he did, sir. Brizology, yes, he did screw the pooch on this one. Yeah. Yep, I agreed. Rugonomics. I agree with that one too. Urban Productions. Rugonomics. Me and Urban Productions, I mean, we've gone back and forth about me participating in lotteries. We've had our Solid X debates, right? Like I'm still bullish on Solid X. Like, I'm not gonna stop participating in lottery coins and other things that I want to participate in just because I got freaking hammered on Steph's coin. But yeah, it definitely is a learning, where I need to step back and be like, why did this happen? Where did the mistake come from? And I mean, this stuff is crypto. I'm going to lose some, and I'm going to win some. Like, I could just be 100% RH products. I could. But then, I'd be bored. But that's why I'm 95%, guys, because this stuff it could be Rugonomics. I know, bro. You hear it? Yeah. Dude, I have vaulted ceilings here. And I got to break out the freaking ladder to go and change it, man. I'm going to do it today. It was doing it all night last night, man. And it was like keeping me up. But Hector Kid Contractor, what up, Corey? How are we doing, man? What is good? I think the SEC needs to look into Brazil's shit posting. Man, he only shit posts on people who poke at him, man. For the most part, I mean, he's had his little run-ins with some influencers. I've seen it, but mostly it's just people who start shit with him. I don't know. I don't know. Briz is a good dude. He's just holding his ground and speaking his beliefs. That's all it is. Neil for T-shirts. Users should always ask, where does the value come from interacting with new protocols? How many communities are strong and have longevity? We are here because we believe. I agree 100% on that. And that is also why I am so bullish on the RH ecosystem. It's a lot of those factors, right, man? The community is so massive and strong. No matter what happens, what kind of FUD it gets thrown at it, it's here screaming at the top of the lungs to a megaphone and supporting each other. And that's what makes me so bullish on the RH ecosystem, period. Brizol should take over the SEC. I will take control. Interpol, everything will be fine. I like this, man. This is a good outcome. This is a good outcome. And then the Interpol could take bribes. My SEC would have stopped Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah, for $14 billion or whatever it was. Hey, hello, future millionaires. Eddie Willow, how are we doing? RGS Avenue Corey, what is going on, my good friend? Getting into all things. A Tropo will not be born between RH and Maria. Let's go. Yeah, man. Hey, man, there's another one, right? Surfing Coin, the Tropo ecosystem. I don't have a lot of participation in there. I mean, I do own some PDI. I do own some Teddy Bear. I don't own the Tropa token itself. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should. But I think it also will do well. I think all the little sub-communities, whether you like them or not, once again, you don't have to like them. This is not the whole thing. You don't have to like them. It doesn't mean they're not. Just because you don't like them don't mean they won't pump. And then vice versa. You can like them and they can freaking go to zero. Like freaking like Alti, right? But I mean, I think these little sub-community ecosystems will all have their turns and they all will pump hard. The Atropo ecosystem, even the Tang Gang. A lot of guys, run into the Tang Gang. The Tang Gang's got a community, and I own some of their tickers. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't resonate with the toxicity on Twitter and all the name calling, and I don't think that's a way to get a job done. And anywhere in life, it's just I don't resonate with that, But I don't have to because I think their tickers will do. They will do well because of their community. I don't think the dismissal case will have any impact. Maybe 1 to 2x. Yeah, it's absolutely can be correct. The founder needs to be alive to promote, explain the product to his investors. Simple. Yeah, I mean, look what happened when XRP case basically, said, hey, SEC, you don't have anything with these guys. It did like, I think, a 1 or 2x after that. And then it came back to base levels again. Where was that before? The floor levels. I think this type of stuff, though, Addy Willow, maybe I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. It gets a short-term pump from people fumbling in, then it kind of corrects back into what the market settles at, and then over long term, it allows it to grow more. That's the way I see it. And so over the long term of 2025, throughout the bull run, you don't have this SEC thing weighing it down anymore, and it allows it to pump that much harder through the cycle. Right. And that's the way I look at it. Yeah, you'll get a short-term pump, and you're gonna get traders who'll trade that shit, man. Right. You'll get traders who'll be taking profits because of it, because they got themselves a 2x. Right. Just how it goes. And but long term, it's bullish. Well, cool, guys. That's it for the comments. Like I said, this one's gonna be a short one. I just wanted to come in and say happy Monday. I hope you guys are out there crushing it. Go out there, make as much money possible by adding value to your fellow man, your fellow woman, so you can bring that money back and put it into something that can give you a 5x, 10x, 100x, who knows, so you could change the trajectory of your life, your family tree, be the chosen one to break the chains and curse of mediocrity, to break the 9-to-5 curse, to break the 401k scam, and come in and create legacy wealth. And that's what we're here to do. That's what I really feel like it is that we are doing here all together as a community. And it's hard sometimes. I get it. When you got these days of just candles going down of nothing but red, and everyone's MFing each other, and the sentiment on Twitter is just horrible, and everyone thinks the SEC still got freaking jurisdiction, and Interpol is going to go arrest Richard Hart. Like, I get it. It is so much at once. But if you take a step back, if you breathe, if you look at the grand picture, and trying to analyze these things without emotion, that's the hard part. Without emotion, things the way I see it, there's a lot of good things that still could come out of this whole scenario, right? So for me, it's looking good. But yeah, take a step back. Get your emotions disconnected from the price chart, and that's the hardest part. Touch some grass, spend some time with family, let these things work themselves out. Hey, if you're hurting and you need money for bills and you're going to get foreclosed on because you're over leveraged in crypto, yes, you should push the sell button, because you shouldn't have put that much money in the first place, because you didn't have the time to let this stuff work itself out. I get it. Don't hurt yourself and your family for these assets and to have to wait around these assets to grow and things to work themselves out. Totally push the sell button. But if you came in with the mindset that it's going to take time for this to grow, if you came in with a mindset, okay, there could be still problems on the horizon that we're going to have to work ourselves through, then, man, diamond hand, guys. Diamond hand, this is just another bump in the road. It's all it is. And we're going to have a decision from Judge Auntie Carol any day now. It's any day now. What is that decision? If that decision is a full dismissal, you had some DCA money on the side, you're going to have wished you had put that DCA money in before. Okay. Now, if it's the opposite, then the opposite is true too. I get it. But then what are the probabilities of one way or the other? You got to ask yourself, which way is it going to go? And whatever you lean towards is the decision you should make. So like this morning, like I didn't put a lot in because I got to freaking pay the stupid IRS. God, those guys, a lot of money too. I was like, through my thought process over the weekend, I'm like, okay, I feel like because there's just so much time being put into this, that this is a very hard decision, and it's going to lean this way. It's my decision, right? What I think through, it's not what I'm saying is going to happen, but I'm like, I'm going to put my DC in before the decision gets made. I could be wrong. Maybe a smart move is, like, say you have like 10K ready to go in this month. like a good decision made. Like, okay, put 5K in before the decision is made, and then you have some on the side just in case you're wrong, right? Just in case you're wrong. So, so guys, keep the faith. I love all you guys. This is the best community in crypto. Let's keep strong. Heading to 2025. 2025 is going to be massively bullish. We have so many things in the horizon. This little dip before inauguration is also right on track with the market cycle. That's another thing, guys. Go back and look at other cycles. There's, this whole, BTC ETH. Now we're starting to catch a little bit of a bid on some of the bigger stuff, but like this whole dip was all part of the cycle leading into inauguration. So that's also why we were dipping too. Now we dipped a little bit more because of stupid interpool foot. I get it, guys. But hey, once again, risk versus reward. The biggest rewards will be delivered to the guys who take the greatest risk. That's all it is. So, guys, I will see you maybe mañana. I'm gonna try to stream a few times this week. This is my last week in AZ, and then we're back out in Puerto Rico on the island, and maybe it's what it's gonna take to get these price charts to pump again. I got to get back over to the island to see some green candles. I don't know. Once again, 176 of you guys watching, 121 on Twitter. Come on, give me a retweet, or come over and smash a like on YouTube. Hit subscribe. 51 over on YouTube. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Real quick before we head off, Steve D, what is up? Auntie Carol, yeah, man. Dude, it's coming, bro. It's right around the corner. It's going to be any day now. Would you want your DCA in before or after? That's the question you got to ask yourself. That's what I asked myself. I was like, man, I'm going to get it in before. I don't want it. What if I'm out like with my family and I can't get to my computer till like 3 or 4 hours later? You know what I mean? The decision comes out. It's bullish. I don't know. Things I think through. Ireland loves baby. Ireland loves baby. Speaking of baby, there's my baby walking in the background there. Say hi. Where's she at? Say hi. All right, guys. Well, thanks, man, for the encouragement. Yeah, man, keep your head up. Obviously, guys, once again, if you were overexposed and you have to sell because you got to pay bills, I get it. I saw someone on Twitter talking about that. He was way overexposed and he has to pay bills and he's kind of come to the end. Like, dude, you shouldn't have gone that hard in, to be honest with you. You don't go so much where you can't pay the bills next month, especially if you got family. If you're just a single dude and you got no responsibilities and you can go live under a bridge, yeah, go all in, man. Put everything in. You're going to live under a bridge. But if you got to be responsible for some kids, you got a wife, man, think these things through, man. Really. Hey, Corey, good to see you. Just tapping in for me. Hey, Corey, Investor Man, I'll see you out in Panama. If you guys are going to Panama, it's going to be awesome time. I'll be out there for that. So, guys, stay strong, and I will see you on mañana, hopefully. Peace.